Hey. So I was gonna make a video. It was all set to like maybe an hour and a half ago. And then I got a text message from my sister saying that Whitney Houston had died today. And I got really sad. And I just had to deal with that for a little bit. But yeah, I'm really sad about that. I love her. My very first CD ever was the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. That was when I was 10, although I did not see the movie until I was probably closer to like 15. And I love that movie. But yeah, I'm really sad. I feel like she struggled a lot, and that makes me really sad. They're not saying how she died yet, I guess, but obviously people think that it was an overdose. Sad. So yeah, so I've been really sad about that. I've been really sick. I went and got acupuncture today, and it made me feel a lot better. And that was really, really awesome. They did this one weird point, like in my ear, like right somewhere around there. And I've never had them do one like I've had them do like my earlobe, but never like in my ear, like on the cartilage part. So that was weird, and it like fell out after, I don't know, like I want to say 5 minutes, but I'm sure it was like much longer than that it took to fall out. But so yeah, it was just really weird yesterday. I initially thought that it was just allergies or something, which normally if I have them, it starts like much earlier in the year, but it just hasn't been cold. And then I went to Toronto where it was really cold, and then, well, not really cold, but it was cold and legitimately cold. And then I came back and we just got our cold, so I think that just like set off the cold allergy stuff. So I just thought it was allergies, that I was like hacking up stuff and whatever, like yesterday morning. But then it turned into also just like my nose, like being like really runny and like in a kind of painful way, and sneezing a lot. And so that kind of sucked. And then at work, I just suddenly got really, really thirsty. Like I kept getting up and having to go get water. Like, and not just like a normal amount of thirsty that's like, oh, this sucks, I'm thirsty. It was thirsty like I don't know, I've never experienced anything like that. It was just like I just kept drinking water and it just didn't get better. And so then like maybe a half hour into that thirsty whatever, then one of the times that I got up to get something to drink, because I was on the reference desk, I went back to where my like little cubicle whatever is in the back, and like as I was walking there, I just like I was walking there, and then I was walking towards the bathroom, and then I just got like this, like, I guess that's what a hot flash is. Just like I just suddenly got so hot, like I took off I just like I went to the bathroom and like shed all these layers for a minute, and then was just like got really sweaty too, and got kind of cold, and then just like in the time that it took me to get, well, maybe it all happened really suddenly like that, I don't know, but like in the time that it took me, like between then and like getting back to the reference desk, I got just completely like weirdly like not incoherent. Maybe I did an okay job at hiding it, except someone thought I was 17. So I started acting like a 17-year-old, I guess. And I seemed like I was on drugs. Like, I seemed like I was on cold medication, but I wasn't. And it was just crazy because it came on really, really suddenly. And so I was like kind of freaking out, and I was trying to like hide it for a little bit. And finally I like told one of my coworkers, because I was like, people are going to be looking at me being like, is he on drugs? And I wasn't on drugs. I don't do drugs. But so I told one of my coworkers, I was like, I'm not feeling well. There's something wrong. And then I had to go work with teens, which, no, not had to, like, I got to, but I was trying to, like, I don't know, I let them do whatever they want, but I mean, I have to kind of, like, wrangle them in a little bit, and, like, keep them from doing anything, like, particularly dangerous or stupid, or just yell at them sometimes, because I like to yell at them. Not really. Love my teens. But, so, yeah, but I think I was acting more like one of the teens, except then I would be like, oh my god, they've gotten out of hand, and at one point I yelled at them, I was like, guys, we're at the library, which I've never said that before, and it made me think of, like, when I was a kid, I used to watch this show on Nickelodeon, All That, and there was one of the, like, it was like a sketch comedy thing, and one of the, like, characters was this, like, I don't remember, Lori Beth Dinberg or something like that, and she had this character, and it was weird because she was, like, way old. Everyone else was, like, kids, like, maybe no older than, like, 13 or 14, but usually younger, and she was much older, it seemed. But she was, like, she did this one thing where she was the librarian, and she would always just, like, very loudly be like, shh, we're in the library, but, like, she would, like, yell it really, really loudly, which is kind of hilarious to me now, because I don't care if people are loud. I mean, sometimes I have to tell people to be quiet when patrons complain, or when someone's just being, like, stupidly loud, but, like, I don't care, and I don't, like, monitor my volume when I'm in the library, but it's, like, totally a thing that, like, that's what librarians do, is, like, shush people, but I never shush someone. But this, like, yelling at kids, we're in the library, which I did yell at, because there was no other way to be heard, especially when I just was, like, lacking the commanding force that I normally have. I don't normally, but I was, like, one of the teenagers. I was, like, a little bit out of it, and so I totally yelled. That just seemed like that was, like, the closest to that weird librarian stereotype that I've ever come. But I'm sure I will come closer. I'll shush someone someday, just so I can say I did. Actually, I don't do that, though. Shh! That's so weird. But, yeah, and so then, like, by the time work was out, I was, like, driving home, and I was, like, just, like, dying. Just wanting to get home. And I came home and I made soup. And it was really good soup. It's, like, acorn squash, and then it's, like, coconut milk and white beans and carrots and onions and lime. Probably some other stuff. A lot of garlic, a lot of ginger. It's very good soup. I had it with avocado on top, and then a little bit of, like, sliced green onion and some nutritional yeast. It was so delicious, and it was like pureed, so it was like creamy. It was so delicious. But so I made this, like, really delicious soup, and then, like, I think just, like, having a cold. I think it's a cold. I think it's a cold. I think it's not the flu. It just made it so I ate, like, 2 bites of the soup before I felt like I was gonna puke or something, because I also ate some raw garlic. Because if you don't know this, maybe everyone knows this. Maybe it's only, like, me who didn't know this until I was an adult. But, like, if you're sick and you eat raw garlic, like, you don't have to chew on it. You can just, like, cut it up into pill-sized pieces and swallow it. It just kills everything. It kills everything that's bad. and it doesn't kill the stuff that's good. And it makes you smell like garlic, so like it probably kills your ability to have anyone make out with you for a little bit. But if you're sick, maybe you're not making out with people anyway. Or if you are, there are people who are okay with the fact that you smell like garlic because you know them kind of well. No one's making out with me in Detroit, so I can eat as much garlic as I want. Especially if I'm sick. Especially no one's going to make out with me if I'm sick. But, so I'd eaten a bunch of garlic, and I think that just, like, because I was feeling a little sick to my stomach anyway, that just, like, really upset my stomach, and I was not able to eat more than, like, 2 bites of this delicious soup. And I tried to eat some of the delicious soup today, and I couldn't eat it, and I basically didn't eat today because I kept trying to eat. I took some Zycam, and I ate, like, I was able to, like, force myself to eat a couple crackers. Because you're supposed to take it with food. But, maybe I should take more of that soon. But yeah, so I've been trying to eat. I keep trying to eat, and I can't eat. Which sucked because I went out to dinner for my birthday, which my birthday was a while ago, but I was out of town and whatever. It was with my family. And I couldn't eat. Like, I ate, like, God, I kept trying to eat this food that I got, which should have been really good. But I couldn't do it. So I just kind of, like, pushed it around my plate. Felt bad. And then my aunt brought these cupcakes that were really delicious. It was red velvet cupcakes that the person had put beets in. Like, the person at the bakery. Which is for moisture, probably also for color. But, like, what a fantastic idea. I love beets. Maybe I'm going to try that. And I love red velvet cake. So I was able to eat, like, a bite or two of, like, the frosting. But I just, like, anything that I had to chew, it just makes me feel sick to even think about. So that sucks. Hot tea is basically all that I can eat right now. So I made this tea that's like ginger and lime was the water, and then I put the tea that I wanted to drink anyway, which is this like peace tea, I think it's called. It's really beautiful. It has like chamomile, and I think there's catnip and oat straw and lavender and rose. Everything that you could think of that's delicious and whatever. So I put that with that, and it was like scratchy and sour and delicious. And that's basically what I've consumed today. Like a lot of that. I'm brewing some more. I'm finishing some up. I have some brewing over there, or seeping or whatever. And that's what I'm going to go back to once I finish this really soon. And so that sucks. Yeah. But I think the acupuncture helped because, so if you've never gone to acupuncture before, if you're scared of it, you shouldn't be scared of it. If you've never gone before, just because you never have, like if you think it's too expensive, there might be community acupuncture or an acupuncture school or something. There might be. You should look into it where you live. There is in Detroit. But you should do it because it's awesome and it makes you feel better and it makes you whatever. And there's one more thing that I was going to say because this is getting really long. While I was out to dinner, my aunt was talking about how she was going on a cruise. And you know what that made me think? That made me think, oh, a cruise. I want to watch that one movie about a cruise. Titanic? What the? That's awful. That's awful that's what that made me think of. But now I really hardcore want to watch Titanic. I want to watch it with someone on a stupidly stupid date. So, I don't know. Not in 3D, though. 3D is stupid.